Greetings, whiskey folk, and welcome to the official Dram Association unbottling of the Glenglassaugh Rare Cask release 2009 from a Madeira puncheon. This is a really interesting whiskey. It was released as part of a collection of 10 that is celebrating the reawakening of the distillery in 2008, and it was hand-selected by the master blender Rachel Barry, who has taken over the mantle since Brown Foreman has purchased this distillery, along with, of course, Glendronach and Ben Riach. So yeah, Rachel Barry is now in charge. It's no longer the Billy Walker show. He's moved on to Glenalchie. It's Rachel Barry's show now, and I think she's getting a bit of a bad rap, to be honest. There's a lot of people who are questioning some of the decisions that have been made by the distillery, and I have a feeling that an awful lot of those decisions are coming from corporate, and I don't think Rachel necessarily agrees with some of them. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she's not really allowed to say. So sorry if I'm putting words in your mouth, Rachel, but I have a feeling that it's whiskies like this that Rachel is much more excited to release than some of the standard editions that have been released or re-released in the last couple of years. This feels very exciting. This is a whiskey that I've been trying to give myself an excuse to purchase for a while. And I haven't yet, and I've been really wanting to try it. So, in all honesty, I'm opening this right now because I want to. It is one that I just really want to try, and we will be tasting this as part of the welcome back tasting for our premium members. I chose it for two reasons. Partially because I really, really want to try it. And I don't know, it's been a hard couple of years. I think I deserve a bit of a treat as well. And I'm sure it'll be a treat for everyone else in the room. But also, funnily enough, because this was the last of the four whiskies that I chose. And I just got a kick out of the fact that after choosing this one, the ages all added up to 99, and that's kind of fun. So that helps as well. So yeah, in terms of age, this is 11. Aged for 11 years. It was distilled in 2009. Actually has a proper distillation date as well. It was May the 19th, 2009. Even has a bottle number. This is 23 of 382, a cask number, R11-008-1, bottled in 2020. What a time to be bottling whiskey. Cask strength at 54.7. And interestingly enough, this only came to certain markets. So not all 10 single casks, of course, could go to all markets because, well, we'd get like 2 maybe in Canada, right? If everything was going everywhere. So I believe we shared this release with Australia, New Zealand, and I think maybe, I want to say the Middle East, I think was the other one. Yeah, so people in the States didn't get this. No one in Europe got this. No one in the UK got this. This is a particularly special one. I like this. And there's a bit of an explanation of the distillery on the back here as well. So I shall read from the book of Glenglassaugh. Glenglassaugh Distillery, overlooking the breathtaking shores of Sandend Bay on Scotland's Moray Firth coast, lay silent and forgotten for over 2 decades. In its heritage stretched back to 1875, the distinctively lush and tropical character of its whiskey is loved by all who discover it. Dormant for over 20 years, the distillery restarted production in 2008. The first whiskey from this reawakened distillery is now available to single malt Scotch whiskey lovers everywhere. Our master blender, Rachel Barry, has carefully chosen a handful of exceptional casks from Glenglassaugh's coastal warehouses, each to be bottled as a Glenglassaugh Rare Cask. The distillery enjoys access to impressive stocks of older whiskies, with some casks dating back as far as the 1960s. Every cask demonstrates the complex and distinctive character of this traditionally crafted Highland single malt. As time passes and character evolves, the whiskey takes on all of its deepening colour from the wood of the cask. Each rare cask bottling is by its very nature an exclusive one-off, non-chill filtered, bottled from a single cask, individually hand-numbered, with only a limited number of bottles available. Each Glenglassaugh Rare Cask bottling truly captures the unique personality of Glenglassaugh, a whiskey whose character is richly defined by the distillery's location and nature's elemental influences. Yeah, I love Glenglassaugh, one of my absolute all-time favourite distilleries, and they actually, I think they're the only Scottish distillery to have a Latin motto, which is kind of cool. And you can only just read on this because it's been foil stamped onto this one. I'm sure it might be easier on the bottle, but Per mare per terrace, by land by sea. And that is a really good description of some of the character of this distillery for me. It tastes coastal, yes, but it also tastes very farm driven. Not farm, but like field driven. It feels like a barley field next to the ocean. Yeah. All right, I'm going in. Let's have a look at this. Ooh, if I can get the lid off. There we go. It comes with a little neck tag mini booklet. Oh, with tasting notes. Well, that's useful. I'll take a look at those in a second. All right. Nice little presentation. The classic dumpy style bottle of Glenglassaugh, of which I have many on the top shelf behind me. Very, very cool. I do love a Madeira puncheon. I'm going to open this up. For some reason, I decided I should check to make sure that the bottle and the tube didn't get mixed up, because we did have a couple on display actually. This has been released at the Strath for a couple of months. We've taken it off temporarily to give people at the tasting a good crack at being able to get it. But yeah, we might have accidentally put a bottle in the wrong tube. But yes, the tubes and the bottle match up. This is 23 and 23. Here we go. It's a very laminated cork. It is real cork, but it feels, very laminated. Oh yes. Oh yes, indeed. This is going to be a beautiful second whiskey in the lineup. The tasting in at the time of recording, the tasting with the premium members is tomorrow. By the time this goes out on YouTube, it'll have been a few days ago. But, oh yeah, that's a gorgeous nose. What does it say I should be finding here? Dried apricot with mandarin, orange pine, salted caramel, and toasted almond. Yeah, that is a beautiful set of words, and pretty much nail on the head of what I'm experiencing here. I wouldn't necessarily say mandarin. Dried apricot, absolutely. There's something a little bit Moroccan feeling about this, which is quite nice. It does feel a little bit of, not paprika per se, but a little bit of a smoky spice thing going on as well. No, definitely not a peat smoke. Don't worry, it's not peated. I know Glenglassaugh is known for doing both peated and unpeated. This is an unpeated one, but there is a little bit of a singedness to it. Yeah, I could definitely see where they're coming with the mandarin. I'm not sure I would have narrowed it right down to mandarin. I probably would have stopped at orange, but Oregon pine. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got a foresty feel to it. Pine, that would make sense. I would almost go like, maybe not a pine tree, but maybe more like a cedar. Salted caramel, absolutely. And that's one of the key flavors that I love in Glenglassaugh that I find in almost all of their releases. And a nice nutty toasted almond thing. Yeah, it does have a nutty dryness to it as well on the nose. All right, slancher. Ooh. This is a happy place whiskey. The Moroccan thing's really coming through, actually. I'm getting almost like a dukkha kind of thing, you know, the roasted nuts and the spices sort of mixed up together and you dab it in olive oil. I'm getting that. From freshly baked bread. This is a dukkha dram. Dukkha hunt. Use one of those little plastic guns that came with the Nintendo. Oh, that is big, rich, juicy, spicy deliciousness. I would not guess Madeira. I would definitely not guess Madeira on this. If I was guessing this blind in terms of cask type, it tastes to me like a blend of PX and Oloroso. It's got those richer dried fruits of fig, prune, sort of PX notes with those nuttier Oloroso notes. It's the best of both worlds in a single cask. Yeah, if someone told me this was a single cask, I'd probably guess that someone had made one of those sort of rainbow casks where they've done a stave of one and a stave of the other with those two sherry styles before I'd guess Madeira, which seems unlikely. Okay, what do we say on the palate here? Tropical fruit, interesting. Okay, not something I particularly got. Pine nut, yeah, that's a key thing in lots of dukkha recipes as well. Well, maybe not traditionally, but in Australia and the ones that I make. Yeah, toasted pine nuts, very nice. They're saying papaya and lychee. Well, let's have a look, see if we can find something tropical, shall we? I do like this little. Stick that there. Yeah, I could see tropical. I can see where they're coming from there. For me, it's not as important as the nutty dried fruitness, though. Dried fruit. As soon as I said dried fruit, and I was thinking tropical, yeah, banana chips, dried papaya, that kind of thing. Maybe even some of that, the dried candied ginger and pineapple mix. Very nice. Well, this frankly absolutely gets my seal of approval. I think we've only got a couple of bottles left. I might buy one, but I will let the members at the tasting have first dibs. This is spectacular, and yeah, I feel bad because in all likelihood, by the time this video actually goes out on YouTube, it's probably sold out. I'm really sorry, guys. But maybe this is just an example of why maybe you should think about joining the premium version of the Dram Association membership. For $10 a month, you get exclusive whiskies. Sometimes you get invites to special occasions like this. But when available, you also get the in-store samples, which will be starting again soon. If you haven't seen the latest Dram report, that will be covered in there. In-store samples coming soon. And a whole host of other benefits as well. Exclusive bottles, $5 off all the tastings, 10% off of every whiskey instead of just 5% off of whiskies. So yeah, give it a thought. Yeah, I'm sorry that you probably missed out on this model. But in fairness, it has been on the shelf for the last couple of months. All right, so this is part of a 4 whiskey lineup for that premium tasting. Check out the other video that launched alongside this one where I taste a particularly rare 30-year-old whiskey from a closed distillery. I'm coming very, very soon to special edition Drinking Out Loud episodes where I speak to a very special guest, because the other 2 whiskies are so special I had to import a guest all the way from Ontario to come and talk about them. So, Slasher Bar, stay well. I'll see you on the next one.